And now, Pujya Atman Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda commences tonight's satsang with a Sanskrit peace chant.
Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We begin with a mystic song by Sri Swami Lalitananda, played and sung by Sri Swami Umananda and Rajneesh.
Our song tonight is called My Great Guru.
My great Guru, beneath his lotus feet in the sandalwood trees, the birds sing above. To the east the sun is rising, and to the west the moon comes. All nature unfolds to adore my Guru.
Join us if you can.
Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guru is Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, for Guru is the Supreme To that Guru I offer my adorations. I came to this earth with a wailing cry, and my life was empty in cold winter and in spring winds. Nothing could make me smile to the sun. But today I am not alone, because you gave me the kingdom of the unknown self. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru is Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. For Guru is the Supreme Brahma. To that Guru I offer my adorations.
We are recording from the ashram of our revered Guru, Pujya Atman Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda in Miami, Florida. Today is September the 6th, 2020, Sunday evening, and tonight Swamiji will be lecturing on the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is series 2018, class number 90. And now, Pujya Atman Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda.
Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum. Om. Adorations to Lord Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, destroyer of the forces of darkness, and bestower of immortality. Om Shri Krishnaya Namah. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 9, called Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yoga, the yoga of royal knowledge and royal secret. And verse number 3. Ashaddadhana purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu sansara vartmani. O scorcher of foes, one who is devoid of faith in this dharma does not attain me. He continues to wander repeatedly in the world of mortality. Now let's enter into the depth of this statement. Arjuna is being addressed as scorcher of foes. And everyone has to be that scorcher. Because the Gita teachings are not just given to Arjuna, but all those who are listening to the Gita. Each soul is Arjuna potential. And in order to be Arjuna, you shouldn't be fouled by your foes. Should be scorcher of your foes. Foes are malas, impurities, distractions of your mind. Mala, vikshepa, avarana, these are the central foes. But more practical foes in your early stage of movement as well as in advanced always: kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. These impurities you have heard again and again, so I'm not going to give detail to them. So, if you were to live a life turning your malas into spiritual virtues, then you are described as scorcher of foes. param tapa. So, O scorcher of souls, one who is devoid of faith in this dharma does not attain me. He continues to wander repeatedly in the world of mortality. Faith in this dharma. Dharma is pointing to live your life for fulfilling the purpose of your life. Purpose of your life is to attain self-realization, liberation, a revelation of your real identity, who am I? In order to be purposeful in your life, come to another aspect. Dharma, artha, kama and moksha. These values must be pursued through your life by integral yoga. Then that's the real picture of following the path of dharma. But before you follow the path of dharma, don't take it literally, allegorically, faith must develop in your heart, known as Shraddha. Shraddha and Kripa, grace, they are interrelated. And I will just give you the highlighted points. Turning to grace, we talk of Atma Kripa, the grace of the soul. And what's the grace of the soul? That you have developed inclination to listening to spiritual teachings. And that, if that has not happened, nothing else will happen. So it is Atma Kripa, it is your grace of your very soul. Next type of grace is grace of Guru, Guru Kripa. In other words, you have to be guided on the spiritual path. So you develop faith in receiving guidance. And Guru term is a broad term. The same as Sant Kripa, Kripa of sages, saints, and divine personalities. The next Kripa is called Shastra Kripa. Shastra is scriptures. The wisdom of the scriptures remains very hidden. And when you are following this path under proper guidance, the scriptures begin to reveal their secret. So that is called Shastra Kripa. And climax of all the Kripa is Ishvara Kripa, the grace of God. Now, in order to have these four aspects of Kripa, you need four aspects of faith. Faith in yourself, Atma Shraddha. Faith in Guru or saints, Guru Shraddha. Sant Shraddha. Faith in the scriptures. And faith climaxes in faith in God. So all these are variations that you need to understand to have proper understanding. You say have faith, but understand all these ramifications. Sanskrit word Shraddha is a blend of two words, Shat plus Dha. Shrat, SH of Shrat is Shiva. Shiva is same as Brahman. Rat, devotion to Shiva. The devotion being sustained in your head, dharana. When you begin to hold in your intellectual level the importance of devotion to God, then Shraddha has started waking up, the awakening of Shraddha. So the whole movement is called Shraddha. So if one is devoid of this Shraddha movement, one cannot attain liberation. He does not attain me. He continues to wander repeatedly in the world of mortality. That's a simple way to understand. The soul is suffering from the disease of the world process, bhava vyadhi. And led by karma, the soul goes on moving from one life to another life. The cycle of birth and death continues. Each life is a very vast and with lots of challenges to face. Whole world of a story comes in everyone's life, in one single life, from babyhood to the time you depart. And that will repeat again and again. Another scripture calls it Atmahano Jana. You become a serial killer. Every life you lived, you didn't attain enlightenment, didn't live with purpose. And so you again and again come back, repeating the same mistake, not getting out of mistake, but repeating it. So if that is the predicament, then one does not attain me, God. One is not united with God. It is same as God realization, self-realization. This point has been mentioned already also in the Gita, in the 4th chapter. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparah sanjatendriya jnanam labdva param shantim achirena adhigacchati. One who is endowed with Shraddha attains jnana. And such a person becomes sanjatendriya, controller of mind and senses. After having attained jnana, one attains supreme peace, param shanti. And that supreme peace, achirena, it has no limit in time, it is eternal. So all this becomes possible by Shraddha, faith. On the other hand, one who lacks Shraddha, Ajñascha Shraddhanascha Sanshayatma Vinashyati. One who lacks faith and is Sanshayatma, the soul trapped by doubting mind. Now, such an Atma is led to destruction. It's allegorical term. Soul cannot be destroyed, but going into miserable embodiments, that's destruction enough. Nayam loko iti. Neither this world can you enjoy peacefully, na paro, nor the world after your death. Na sukham sanshayatmanah. And there is no real joy. Any joyous experience must inspire you to become more and more enriched in a spiritual way. But if joyous experience comes and traps you into more expectations, more desire, more craving, then that happiness is not real happiness. But to the masses, that's the predominating happiness they go after. In the fourth verse, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadabhyaktamurtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavasthitaha. This entire world is pervaded by me in my unmanifest form. All beings depend on me, but I do not depend on them. First point is brought out, two words, unmanifest, manifest. Unmanifest, Sanskrit word is abhyakt. The divine presence is abhyakt. You cannot touch it, you cannot see it. But things that you can perceive by your senses, they are called vyakt, manifest. Now, first step, try to develop in your mind an insight that all things that are manifest, they are permeated by God. This requires the use of your head. This requires purity of intellect. And as intellect gets purified, you become increasingly aware that that which you view as unmanifest is manifesting through all names and forms. Now to understand more deeply, all waves are sustained by the ocean. In the same way, all that is manifest is sustained by the Divine Self. Put in a better way, projections in a cinema show are sustained by the screen. But the screen is independent of projections. So, statement Krishna has made, all beings depend on me, but I do not depend on them. The screen does not depend upon projections. The sky does not depend upon clouds. But all clouds are dependent upon the sky. Now, in sadhana movement, as an aspirant advances on the path, God becomes more and more manifest through purified mind. In brief, if mind becomes free of malas, gross impurities, constant violence, constant thoughts of negativity, anger, hate, greed, even stress, fear, if mind begins to develop freedom from these, there is increasing awareness of divine presence. So even these beings in reality do not exist in me. Just like all the dream experiences, so many things of your dream, you sustain them. You are not sustained by them. In the same way, God sustains this entire world. But the world has no role to help God. The sun sustains countless illuminations. The illuminations have nothing to do with the sun. They don't add to the sun's light or glory. This point has to be understood well. All this is leading you to an understanding of self-effacement. As ego personality, all that you experience in the world is based on your ego-based identity. But the entire ego-based identity is like the snake on the rope. Brahman is like the rope. All ego identity and ego-based world is projection of Maya. Okay, me for a moment. Continuing, 5th verse. Nachamasthani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram utbhrinnacha bhutastho mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. Even these beings in reality do not exist in me because they are unreal. For simple understanding, think of your dream. While dreaming, the world is so real, dream world. But nothing is real when you wake up, not even a needle point. An entire dream is sustained by your own consciousness. Same way, the entire world experience is sustained by pure consciousness, Chaitanya. Behold my glory. Though I am the material cause as well as the sustainer and creator of all beings, yet I do not dwell in them. This advanced type of statement. Because generally you hear God is the indweller, He dwells in everything. But that's just like saying ocean dwells in every wave. How can the dwelling place in a wave contain the ocean? But allegorical, simply implying that He is the reality behind all. Behold my glory, though I am the material cause. We think, we talk about two causes, material cause and efficient cause. Material cause means the root cause. Root cause is Brahman, the absolute. Root cause is like the gold. Efficient cause, gold is viewed by you as ornaments with different names and forms, different values. And God's role is three types of role: creating, sustaining, and destroying. All these three, they are continuous. You sow a seed, immediately destruction starts, the seed starts germinating. But while it is germinating, a sustaining hand is supporting, giving all the nourishment needed as the sprout comes. You see, creation, sustenance, and dissolution all go on in this world process. And all behind all this, the omniscience and omnipotence of God keeps the entire world process going without slightest error. Every soul follows according to its karma. Every soul is led to attain liberation. For a human being, yes, there are many happenings that are like chance occurrences. And you go on regretting, if I had not done that, this wouldn't have happened. Or this is a reality from human point of view. From divine point of view, there is no error. There is no divine set telling God, look, you planned for hurricane, but it went to another direction. And this point is important for practice of vichar, because all that is leading you to allow your mind to work upon who am I? How am I related to God, Ishvara? And amazingly enough, this I that you are looking for is the Ishvara, playing the role of entire universe being created, entire universe being sustained, entire universe dissolved. And beyond all this, Ishvara is completely restful, resting on the bed of Sheshnag. I'm giving a little allegorical language. God is absolutely untouched by the entire description given through human mind. And that's the essential reality of every soul. In Taittiriya Upanishad, this point has been elaborated. the Guru asks the disciple to pursue Brahma Vichar and tells him in this type of statement, Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat pratyad samvishanti tad vijigyasasva tad brahmeti. Brahman is that from whom all these beings have originated, by whom all this is being sustained. And into whom all this dissolves. That is what an aspirant must aspire to understand. And that's what one must attain as one's goal. यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय. Just as mighty wind that moves freely everywhere abides in the sky, in the same way all beings abide in me. Thus should you understand. Allegorical picture is being given. The wind abides in the sky, gathers lots of clouds. All those clouds, they do not touch the sky. The sky remains untouched. Even the wind itself remains untouched. So, allow yourself to understand you are asang, untouched by all things that go on, just like the breeze. Wind comes and gets colored, foul smelling, etc., but soon slips out of all types of smell and blows on peacefully. Clouds come in the sky seems so crowded, but the entire celebration of clouds or jubilation of cloud ends and the sky remains untouched. The I am in you remains untouched. The essential I am. The mind must become curious. With ego I am, the mind is constantly under trouble and stress. With eternal I am, what will happen to the mind? Mind will be blown up. It will blow away. Don't take it literally. That's only be afraid of being blown up. The entire world process is illusory, Maya. And All that happens in the world process that is like clouds gathering in the sky. The essential nature in human being, who am I, the I am, is absolute pure consciousness, like the sky. Also don't forget those two words we give, bhav pratyaya, pratyaya bhav. All your experiences are based on mental projections. But what gives the reality to all your mental projections is consciousness. In the realm of projections, you have the illusion of the world. But this illusion of the world cannot exist when projection itself is taken away. So, presence of projection, absence of projection. The world process is based on presence of projection of your mind. The absolute reality, absence of projection, negation of projection. And you have short rehearsal of that in your sleep. No matter how your mind has been cluttered with so many things, we go to deep sleep. And all this time, past, present, future, all worries and anxieties suddenly move away from your mind. So we have absence of projections. But the moment you wake up, the presence of projection. Now put it more in an advanced way. When you practice meditation and affirmation, such as practice of yoga nidra type of affirmation, you discover that your intellect, as it gets purified, has the amazing capacity to step beyond the world of projection. So even though the world is there, but your mind is enjoying, nothing exists. And that is, again, sleep, your meditative visualization. All these are glimpses leading you to the ultimate truth, where all this is nothing but illusion. Dirgha sapana, long dream. Make it short. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्. O son of Kunti, all beings merge into my Prakriti at the end of the Kalpa. And with the commencement of next Kalpa, it is I who send them forth once again. This allegorical language, when we describe allegorically, we talk about creation, support of creation, sustenance and dissolution. But just like I explained to you, they are all continuous. But to the masses, oh, creation, so many trillion years ago. And now, all the time, God has been sustaining. But for what? Put them all, dump them into it. Destruction. But that description is at kid level, kindergarten level. The wiser, more adult level, all the three are going on all the time. More advanced, nothing is going on. Pratyaya bhava. Nothing is going on. Brahman alone is. And he had no need to create anything. Truth alone exists. But if you don't have that revelation, realization, then you are caught in this world of illusion, where when you read history, or when you even look into the stars and begin to try to understand how they are, this whole picture comes, how long ago it was created, what led them to form into a star, how extensive it is, and so many details. But even in this physical world, the universe that you see, if you use your logic, nothing in this world is going to stay as it is. And it is going to get into a complete deluge. But that's only to allow your mind to have a deeper level of understanding. The world, its universe is not independent of your mind. If you don't have mind, you will not have experience of the universe. If you don't have iPad with you, you won't be talking to people far away. I'm joking, but try to understand the point. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्. O son of Kunti, all beings merge into my Prakriti at the end of the Kalpa. And with the commencement of the next, it's I who send them forth again. And with this I'm going to conclude. You have to hold.